Hey, welcome back to the table. So, I just realized something. Well, a couple of things. I went and looked up the prestige is something you do prestige checks or whatever against. But the key thing, though, is once it's at 9, it can't go any higher. That's the reason why there is no 10. You do prestige checks, so if you roll a 10, you fail, but otherwise, a 9 or less is a pass. So, that's one thing. The other one is that my APs were at, you can see they were at 9. And here, we got to do any actions before we did all this final stuff. Now, I know I can't retcon everything that's going on that has to do with regional crisis because there was bonuses for having lower regional crisis. I should have, because here's what I mean. There's a rule in the game that I could just spend 2 APs to get an extra action, then 2 more for another one, a third one, and a fourth one. And if you're at the end, use it or lose it, right? So I could have done 4 actions to reduce regional crisis, which would have drastically changed the outcome of a few things. Because you could see that if you're in a 0, it increases stability. And if you're down to a 1 with no unstable counter, you get to remove tension or terror groups. Now, if you look at the situation, there's unstable states here. This one has a rogue. This one, for a regional 1, the rogue state. Let's see. This one could have benefited, right?
You did that.
So, I know I have 4 extra actions. I'm not going to mess with the regional crisis, although I'm telling you that's what I should have done. That would have been the most helpful, right? To get the regional crisis to 0, like in this case. A regional crisis to 0 would have been fantastic, because it would have, I think, prevented that from happening. See, like, there's nothing here. No unstable. Increase the stability by 1. This would have gone up to a 6. So in fact, this one is not very harmful at all. We could have absolutely done that. So that's something for sure. But I am going to take 4 actions because it is use it or lose it. And I had actions that at the time my head was thinking of doing without fully understanding the end turn rules. And that is I'm getting rid of influence markers. So here we go. Action 1. Done. Action 2. I would have spent an AP, or no. You just hover over it. It'll tell you the value. 4. Done. 2 of these gone. So they're down 2 more. So then I'm looking here. Regional alignments 7.
Oh, dude. 7 out of 10.
So action 3. Now I'm spending the AP to reroll.
No, it's a good, healthy number.
Done.
For a good, healthy gal.
Got China down to 7. Here I'm at a 6, but this needs to be a 0. This is a 0, but I'm not at a 6.
Oh, that's a para. I thought that was like a carnivore.
I am good here. This needs to go to a 6. I got 1 more action. So I can't do any more influence removals. So what can I do that's not going to disrupt the whole balance of everything that just happened at the end? I'm going to do a cyber attack on like the Russian economy or something. I could move troops around. I'm thinking. I was fully expecting to fail once and not need my 4th action. Oh, right here. Can I do that with a presidential? it is considered a diplomatic action. So let's roll to get Saudi Arabia back. Boom. Perfect. Saudi Arabia is back to very close. Alright, there you go. There's my 4 actions. I would have been very happy with those actions without knowing the whole regional stability thing was a thing. So,
Can I try?
go back to page 1.
Can I? One hit.
Rock and roll. Determine how many APs we have.
Just run it down. Let's go. One hit.
So as you know, we start at 15. I have the efficient,
Okay, I know which one's you now.
so I get +4.
I'm gonna catch up.
So that's going to put me to 19. I don't have the amazing chief of staff, but I know I have something that increases it. Again, I don't remember what it is. I get to put that on because of here. I would swear there was something that gave me more APs. Oh, this. I get 5 more. So this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
And so we're at 25. Alright, so that's a good start. Now I got apply all other effects. I already did this one. The improving economy marker is awesome, but I'm already there. But it's always good to negate something that would be negative. 2, public approval, media relations, party relations, all are up. I don't even get a single bonus from her, although this was a very nice card. It still is. Okay, so we did those bonuses. Last but not least, +1 to a strategic capability. I'm going up. Oh, I moved the wrong one, first of all. It was Russia. I would swear I gained a +1, but I didn't, I guess. So I'm going up 1 here. And
Guys, wait, come back. Come back.
choose a key cabinet member currently on our novice side and roll a d6. On a 2, they gain experience. Flip them to the veteran side. Bam. Chief of Staff. Hold on. He doesn't get any better. Neither does he. So he's got a military rating, but that doesn't do any good. Sure. We get to use those values the rest of the game. We could replace one.
Run to me.
Remove them from the game. Put a worsening counter on the cabinet effectiveness, and then draw 3 more. That's a lot of work just to try to get somebody that can upgrade to a 2. So I'll leave him at a 1. There is no negative, as you're just asking for a resignation. Roll in the improved cabinet table. 2.
We're within view.
Um,
We're running towards the fight.
minus the domestic value of your chief of staff, which is a 1. So I reduce it to a 1. Place improving marker, which we already have. Set the regional focus for intelligence. I'm going to remove this one. And I think we need to put it here in Africa. And then we got this one's going to stay.
Come down here.
Yeah, we'll do that. Then we get to do our special activations. So we are here at the State of the Union. So we sum up our public approval, which is 9. Congress, which is 8. So that's 17. That's another 8. 25. And my prestige, which I'm assuming caps at 9.
They're not gonna catch him.
Yeah, see, 28 or more. I don't need to even worry about it. Roll a d10 and find the result of my speech. That's not a d10. A 2 is going to be fascinating. Plus 2 public approval.
He's here.
Maxed out. Plus 4 APs. Excellent. Plus 1 RWC. Done. Place a new bill in the -1 box in Congress. We are doing Homeland Security. If I don't already have that up here, I do. Tax reform, infrastructure upgrades, cybersecurity. I think we want to do cybersecurity.
Get him.
No, I meant energy independence.
Watch out, he's running for you.
Healthcare reform should already be up there. Come on, where is it? Oh, it's already there. Never mind. So, job creation package. Lingering domestic issue. We're at 0. I think infrastructure upgrades might be one. To be honest, increasing NASA funding would be pretty cool too. We'll do infrastructure upgrades. I thought that was up here. It was one of mine. That's right. I replaced it. And then draw a new random friend. We keep drawing friends. This is a moderate, so I'm going to use it to replace a radical. This one. So now I have 4 moderates, 3 radicals. Guess what's moving to the right? I can stay put. I don't need to worry anymore. That's what I've been hoping for. I got a lot of media points. I'm in great shape Congress-wise. Alright. Then the 2 stars. Or you may immediately make 1 or 2 free actions of any type before proceeding. I actually... Star, your speech spurs immediate action. It's not an or. Single star is an or. You may immediately make 1 for star resorts, 2 for double star. Free actions. I'm going to make 2 free actions of any type. That is fantastic. What are those going to be? I think domestically, we're exactly where we need to be. It's this crap show that's the problem. They told us that we can't do summits during this phase, but we can do almost anything else. We can't do cyber attacks either. Anything that uses these tokens, we can't do those in this phase of the game. So I can reduce regional crisis, always a good idea. But I'm going to try to get the alignment. Well, it'd be nice to get the alignment up here. So I'm going to do a medical help here. Or military. I'm already doing horrible. The military check is a check against what? Yeah, so I need a 1-2 or a 3-4. I don't have any influence in it, and my Secretary of Defense does do a -2. So I'm already spending an AP to reroll. It's a 5. That is getting me down to a 3, which is what I needed. So the trending pro US counter is what I was going for. That moves us up to 7 alignment. Or I could have gotten a goodwill counter. I'm not worried about that. -1 to regional crisis. If it's already at 0, remove a footprint. Perfect. Alright, what am I going to do for my second action? I'm looking for where there's high stability. This one's at 6. Stability. That's pretty high, actually. That one's at 5. I already have high stability in those two. I'm trying to set up another trade agreement. Or thinking about it, but all it does is make my economy go up. I do get to get rid of some rogue states and stuff like that, but that's... The problem is the stability's low everywhere where there's rogue states. So then we just do more military stuff, I think. So where... Right here's another, for example, another pro-trending. I don't have any... I can't go after the terror group anymore because we got that. You know what? We're going to go to war. Get to do any action I want. So we're going to do us versus them. Rogue state level 2. And that's going to let me do a cyber attack against them too. And this is in the Middle East, right? Yes. So I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 against whatever piddly thing they're going to have.
It's crazy. Okay. Their stomp does as much as like your full adult, right? Yeah. So they do.
A rogue state level 2 is going to have strength 5.
Plus their weight.
So that's 3 to 1. Okay. I get to do a cyber attack against them. Of course I rolled 10, you jerk. I do get to apply DRMs. -1, because I'm better than Russia. -2, because they're a rogue state. So that 10 becomes an 8 at least. I do disrupt their funding. Decrease the terror group in the region by 1. I'm going to decrease this to a 2. Okay, that was the cyber attack. Now we got to see how they're responding. The 4 was at least a good roll. They accuse the US. Most of the world has no reaction. Many privately thank the US. +1 approval. Alright, so now we got to progress the war. Oh, the 4 thing. We had to roll. I rolled a 5. So a tension counter goes on to North Korea here. Okay, now we progress the war. So we got this here. We're going to roll. A 3 is fantastic. I get to basically reduce that to a 0. I'm not going to go through all the check marks. We started the war. We have an intel marker. We have Air Force. All kinds of stuff. They don't have any influence markers, so they don't even get a +1. And this is 3-1 odds. 3-1 odds with a basically a 0. 1 or less. 2 to the left and 2 defender loss. Just so you know, 2 to the left is already a win. So, obliterated. Rogue State 2 is defeated. So now we go back. So we do get to add 1 regional crisis to the Middle East. I do have to add 1 footprint. I need to shuffle.